Now there are some slides like program headlines and analysis, programs, communication and all. So we'll be going through one by one. Okay. So instead of going through the slide, I will jump it to the system. Okay. And then I will explain you from there, and later on I will jump back to this. Okay. So we'll spend more time on the demo part, and some important highlights we will go through from the slides. Okay. So what I have done is I have logged in as Donald Gray. Okay. Now, important to understand that like we have a role of project manager, similarly, Oracle has given a job role of program manager for the program management purposes. Okay. Now I have logged in as Donald Gray, who already has a job role of program manager. Okay. So how we do is we go to the navigator, we go to projects, and now you see you will find this icon programs. Okay, you see the icon is also very relevant. So you see this is the program, this is the child projects. So very good icon they have created for programs. I click on programs, and then it will open the headlines page. Now see the kind of, this is a Redwood page. Okay, so now if you see there are some icons here. Okay, headlines, analysis, programs, communications. We'll talk about all of these one by one. So first is headlines. Okay, headline, as you understand, right? You read a newspaper headline, right? Similar kind of thing. This is program headline. So what it shows is these are some of the key highlights, okay, or headlines, okay, wherein they have given some performance measures like margin, revenue, cost, earned value, effort. There's some action plans they have given, and some graphs, like for example, for margin, they have given this margin analysis at completion, forecast and budget margin, budget and actual margin variance. Okay. And this list, right? This is the list of programs which this person, Donald Gray, who has logged in, is related to. Either he is the owner or he is the contributor to those programs. Okay. So you can choose, for example, currently by default, North America Application Implementation Program is selected. And for this program, all these metrics are appearing on the headlines page. Okay. So now you see in the margin matrix, okay, which is showing the ITD margin variance. It is showing the comparison of the ITD margin variance across these projects. So what are these? These are individual projects under this program. Okay. These are individual projects under this program, and it is showing a graphical analysis of the ITD margin variance across the 3 periods for each of these projects. Okay. Similarly, if I switch to revenue, it will give me the revenue analysis. Okay. And the other graphs related to that. And if I click on cost, it will give you the cost analysis. Okay, cost variance. If you click on earned value, then it will give you these metrics for these child projects. Okay. Click on effort, it will give you the labor effort analysis like that. Okay. So these are different, metrics which are appearing for the program. Somebody was asking a question like how to measure the performance of the program. So this is the way, this is the capability Oracle Cloud has given for the program analysis, performance analysis, right? All these graphs and all these. So how much is the margin variance? It is whether it is up or it is down. What is the status? Okay. Now, also it tells you that performance is in which currency. So currently it is showing in USD. Okay. And for which period? It is for 12/25. So December 25 period, this is the performance for this program and underlying projects, comparison between those, right? Then if you want to change these, then what you have to do is you have to click on edit preferences. Now here you will find various options. Like if you want to change the currency, you can change the currency, right? Or you want to change the period, you can change the period, right? Or you want to change these measures which are appearing. For example, if you want that instead of the ITD margin variance under the margin, you want to choose some other thing, EAC budget margin or ITD actual margin. All these performance measures are already configured and enabled for program analysis, but you can change it. Similarly, you can change the revenue metrics, you can change the cost metrics, you can change the earned value metrics, you can change the effort metrics. Okay. If you change it and you save it, next time when you log in, your preferences are automatically saved. Okay. It will not be reverted back. It will be automatically saved. Okay. So this is about the headlines. Okay. So let's see what we have on the deck for this. So headlines are used to gain the program project performance insight through graphical display of measures and trends. They mostly include active programs that the program manager owns or is assigned to as a contributor, right? Program headlines are organized into these tabs, which we already seen now. Then you can also track the action plans in that. So these are the action plans, if there are any action plans. Okay, if I click on the action plan, it will give you against this program what are the action plans. We'll talk about action plans later also, but I'm just showing you. These are the issues and action plans and the graphical analysis of the action plans also. Okay. So this is the same thing. Okay, now another tab here is the analysis. Okay, so this is headlines. If I go to analysis, then let's see what it shows. Okay, so analysis. So Donald Gray, the program manager, it has many active programs. Now, in the analysis section, you can see all these are programs on which either Donald Gray is a owner or a contributor. Okay. So in this way, you can see the program level statistics. For example, what is the ITD actual margin for all these programs? These are coming up as a rolled up margin from the various programs, underlying programs. Okay. ITD actual margin percentage, IDT budget cost, ITD cost variance, like this. Okay, there are so many options available here. For each of the program, you can get the performance or the financials of the program level. Now, this all system is doing automatically. Okay, you have to just run one program. We'll talk about it. And the system will take care of all this consolidation of financials at the program level. Imagine if this feature is not there, then all this roll up you have to do by creating a custom report, which will become very complex and heavy. Hence the advantage of this feature. Okay. So it says that for currency USD for period December 25, and which view we are in? We are in a financial view. Okay. Financial view has all these columns. If you want, you can change your view. For example, from financial view, you want to move to progress view, then your measures will change. Your measures will change. Now you see what are the measures: cost performance index, earned value cost variance, project completion percentage, schedule performance index, and so on. Okay. So like that, you can change the view. I'm coming back to the financial view. Also, you see one icon here like watch. So this is known as a watch. Okay, means watch list. So if you want, you can add your programs which you want to keep a tight track on as in your watch list. Suppose I have 100 programs. 5 programs are very critical. I want to keep them in a watch list. I can keep them in a watch list. So this icon will start appearing. And if I click on the watch list, then only this will appear. So this way you can focus more on this watch list programs. Okay. And then another thing here is the columns, right? So there are 145 measures available for program performance analysis. You can show and hide these measures by selecting or deselecting the columns from here. So currently these are selected. You can select, see, so many are there. Depending upon your need, you can select or deselect your columns from here. Okay. Then there are edit preferences, like you can change the currency, you can change the period. Okay. So all this is available. So this is what same thing is what the deck is also saying, like what it displays, the detailed performance of the programs. You can compare the performance across your programs also. So if you go here, if you go back, say all, you can also compare the performance between the programs, right, by using some of the metrics. Okay. And so on. Okay, you can add the projects and programs of your interest to the watch list. Okay.